right, so picture this. You got the Muppets, in the theater, getting ready to watch the movie, and then you get this nice aerial shot. So I remember it so memorable. I love that shot. I love the opening to this movie. Get that aerial shot of the swamp, and you hear it, boom, 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 and it's Kermit saying why are there so many songs about rainbows? And then, all this up there, and Dom DeLuise shows up, and he's telling me, hey, you got talent out there. He gets chased off by gators and decides to go to Hollywood to follow his dreams. Now, picture all that stuff. Can't you picture that? Well, we had to, because 10 minutes go by, and the movie still hasn't started, after we, someone said something finally. I was about to. And then after someone said something, it still went a couple minutes, and I'm like, fine, I guess we'll go up there, like, oh, here's some passes. We can't restart it, because they were, the moment the movie started, so it was playing, but it wasn't visible, so it starts. So we get the nice 45th anniversary of the Muppet movie. Again, just by the way, great film. So we get passes, and then it starts right when Dom DeLuise is being chased off by the little puppet gators. So it's like, oh, well, I know how it goes. I love it. I remember it. But still, for what you pay, you think, well, we got another free pass again. What is with this theater? Same thing happened with The Mummy. Same theater where we went to go see The Mummy's 25th anniversary. Check that video, by the way. And yeah. So anyway, on with the movie review, because I just thought it was very fascinating. Because, when they meet Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem in the church there, all of a sudden they're like, oh, the script. It's like, oh, I don't want to bore you about how this all started. It's like, no, dude, do it, Kermit. Do it, guys, because we didn't get to see it. They've seen it. We don't want to. It's like, no, go ahead. But it seemed like the families that were in there seemed to have had a good time, and then they were concerned, and then it looked like they were having a good time and stuff at the end as well. So, I mean, how could you not? It's a good movie. And as Robin said when they were doing a little cutaway, I'm having a good time. Have a good time with this great film that I can't believe is that old. And it's something about it when you're watching it, because you can tell it's a film. It's film. When you're watching, like when they're out in the desert and Gonzo sings his song and then you see just how everything looks, it's film. And just the way film looked back in the day, movies just don't look and feel like that anymore. And I feel like it's a shame, because that's something you miss. So, moved right along, and I'll just kind of write itself there. But I love this movie. It's one of those things where I love, it's just that nice little story of how they all it's funny how they all kind of get together and meet type of stuff. And I love the fourth wall breaking when they pull out the scripts and all that kind of stuff. And then the stupid humor of, the fork in the road. And all the cameos. Again, as we mentioned, Dom DeLuise always gets me, at the end with Orson Welles. Love them. I'm already anticipating when certain ones are coming, when they're at the diner with Miss Piggy and they're having the wine. I'm like, here comes Steve Martin. I forgot about Charlie McCarthy, but I love that when they're doing the beat. It kind of like, you won't believe who's going to win this. It's like, oh, it's their movie. It's stuff like that I just love with Muppets and stuff in general. And you got to love it, because I love the stuff with Kermit and Miss Piggy. It's always funny. It's always cute. It's always charming. It's sweet. And again, Kermit has a type. Bravo on him. And again, I'm sorry, she's thick. So Kermit's based. I'm sorry. You see those legs? Jeepers. And the stuff with Sweetums. It's like, it's like, hey, what a couple. Hey, what are you guys doing? I want to. Then just at the end, too, when you get Beaker and Professor Honeydew. And just, like I said, I was before with Paul Williams, when he got his little cameo in there and him doing the music for this. So it's neat, him introducing Fozzie. And I just love all the, Mel Brooks. Just everything. It's so fun. And it's so interesting, when he's announcing it, you get Ross's dad doing that, and just kind of see, because he's so young, and then I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just going all with all this enjoyment. I love all the characters, the jokes, when they're painting the car, and they hide perfectly in front of it. They're like, oh, it's coming, because I'm like, there's a sign, they're going to park right in front of it. The pie falling, the villainy, and the Frog Lake stuff there. It's a great movie, great songs, good messaging with all the stuff with these morals and all that kind of stuff there that you don't get in films anymore, especially kids movies and stuff. I feel like they don't want to give you anything about morals and good stuff like that. It's very fascinating how we've grown from this. But that's what Jim Henson was like that. He wanted you could tell Henson, and then through Kermit's voice you still miss that. That is him. And everyone, again, great job. Loaz, Oz, all them. And it's just amazing. The music, the way they look. I like how Miss Piggy, because again, it's like Miss Piggy. She's getting caught, then she's like, "What?" And then, and then just kicking the crap out of everyone. She's a tough woman. See, everyone's like, who was that? Who was the girl from Hunger Games? Where she's like the first woman in action films. Mm-hmm. I was the first woman to ever do the star in action movies. I'm like, then everyone's like, Ellen Ripley from Alien. It's like, well, you know, you always forget like the horror movie females. So then all these other action movies, Leia. But it's like Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
She's not just a gorgeous thing of ham, you know, and pork. You know, she kicks ass. She beats the crap out of all these movies. And I love how she goes from one puppet thing to then her eyes like, this big. And then she's all lovey-dovey with him. She's like, "Oh, I gotta go." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't care, Miss Piggy. There's so nothing's in my ear." "No." "Oh, how about a hug then?" Oh, Piggy. It's like, over crying out loud. It's so cute, that little imaginary stuff there. All the songs, again, just gets you. And you just love seeing all the characters in there. You even get to see Sam Eagle in there. I love him. It's a good movie. It's a good little, like, what would you call it? Like, again, just that messaging about, like they say, the lovers, the dreamers, the hope, and then Kermit going, like, I'm only letting myself down doing this. It would just be me, and now I'm bringing these people into it. But it's like, yeah, well, then, you know, it's such good messaging. It's funny. It's brilliantly done, because I still think Jim Henson, genius, and all the stuff they did there. Oh, how can I forget the one cameo? Big Bird. Spoilers, but Big Bird, holy crap. I love that. He puts a smile on your face when I'm like, oh, here's Big Bird. And it's just what these movies do. Because, again, they're just amazingly, it's like the jokes, everything, the way the puppets work and how they got the full body stuff. It's just amazing how they pull off, and you can see that big scale in this movie. And it's just something that all these years later, again, I feel like you compare it to stuff nowadays, and nothing really can compare to it. Just like all these movies and their anniversaries, you just can't compare to these movies. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this movie is absolutely amazing. As I've said to you and, like, to many other people, and I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, we get it, you know. If I had to choose, like, this is just another good example. Like, when you think about, like, Jim Henson and Walt Disney and stuff like that, like, as much as I love Walt, and I'm talking about Walt, I'm like, Walt Disney, yes. Disney isn't Disney anymore. But if I had to, like, choose one, like, one of those ones for one to keep once other, I'm sorry. I'm just, Jim Henson, when you see, like, what he went through, and then you see, like that one documentary, little mini documentary stuff that you see on YouTube, his life and what he went through, and his passions and his dreams, and what he was hoping for, when he was doing Muppets, and then he got Muppet Babies, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and all that stuff, just all the stuff, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, everything. The man is amazing. It's something you just don't see anymore. Because of him, you got those amazing turtle suits in the freaking 1990 Turtles movie. And that's what everyone wants. When you see the amazing, not just the puppetry, but the animatronics and just everything, I am so amazed. And I just love the Muppets for, like, to death. Like, they are amazing. So always Muppets are this. And that's why it's a shame what Disney, for the last 10 years now, has just been doing nothing with them and just mistreated them and just discards them. So it's like, F you Disney on that part. But at the same time, kind of a thank you Disney, because they are real. They've screwed up Star Wars. They've screwed up all their animated stuff now. They're screwing up everything and just effing it up and destroying Walt's legacy. So they don't need to ruin Jim's legacy as well. The Muppet movie is their first movie, and it's what's so hard about them. Even even the 2011, 2014 one, I thought they did a good job with, which is why it's a shame. Like, Disney did good then, but it's just now, it's like, what are they doing? And then how they just kind of like, we don't care about the Muppets right now. So it's like you have 8 theatrical films, and it's hard to rank these movies, because it's like, I like this one, but then I'm like, but then this one, and then you got this one and this one. So also Muppets Take Manhattan has an anniversary year this year for 1984. Hopefully they put that in theaters too, but the Muppet movie, all positives, all great. It's amazing. It was cool to see on the big screen, because I wasn't born yet, and then like play it stuff before that I recall, getting a chance to see it. So I love it. It's a 10 from me, just because but I feel like most Muppet movies get kind of like a 9 and 10 range, except for that one. But more on that later, I guess. But that's all me for the Muppet movie. It was so good to see it. Happy to go see it in theaters. Great movie. Celebrate Jim Henson. Everyone involved in this world that they've created, that they've mastered. They all deserve it. Those that are still with us and those that aren't, those that crossed over the rainbow. It's just, God, it's brilliant. It's good. And it's a memorable thing there. And it was nice seeing these younger kids, laughing and like, yay, when Animal's like, bye-bye at the end. It's like, So it's good to see it. Hopefully they bring more Muppets to the younger generations to enjoy it. And then we'll pass it on to you to end it off, I guess. And so many things are just thinking of with the jokes and all stuff there. And then I like all the innuendo and adult kind of humor too. So it's just perfect. We'll pass it on to you, my friend, if you have any thoughts to end this on.
Well, just like you said, it was nice to actually see younger generations still like this. That just proves how such a good film this was, how it still affects people even today. And they've, as you said, it's a grand scale of the Muppet universe. They've, at the ending shot, you see pretty much all of his creations all in one shot under the rainbow.
That is the most that's probably one of the best things you can ever take from this. Just how amazing they get all those Muppets, all those performers to be there, and it's just all there. Just it's a beautiful, brings a tear to your eye type of moment.
Yeah, it's something great, and as you said, it's really nice that they do that breaking the fourth wall. They don't utilize that very much nowadays, so it's still nice to see that, even if it is something like 45 years old, because it's a great way to how they wove in the certain characters through that breaking of the fourth wall, about giving them the script, and then they come back later. Oh, we knew exactly where to find you. It's a great way to move the story right along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then touching getting words, just a myth. Yes, yes.
I like running gags like that, and
it's Oh, and speaking of, let me cut in because I'm just thinking I love Kermit. I think it's so cute, and like I said, the same with Miss Piggy. When you see him in her little sequence when she's singing, and he's in his little outfit, and he's running towards her, and then because she's so big, and then pushes him back when she runs to him, and he keeps going back and back, and he's just kind of then at times just kind of looking back she's pushing me back because she's so, and he just looks so cute in his little outfits. It's so funny. And then my favorite thing with Kermit is always how, with Mel Brooks, he's like, "We're gonna do this to you, frog," and he's like, and he's kind of his face goes like a turtle into there, and his face gets all that scrunched up in his eyes, and he's shaky. Even when he's holding him, they're holding the puppet, but it's still it must have been a special puppet or something to maneuver, because he was holding it, and it wasn't just a lifeless, because he was all still moving while he's placing him into the damn freaking chair, and it's just amazing. And then he's making those facial expressions. Favorite thing with Kermit, I love when he is the king of just making those ABC Cookie Monster. He is frick Kermit. My God. I'm Rolf the dog.
Well, as he said, what's good about Jim Henson is how, basically what you're getting at, is that how his Muppets can do so much different things. And as you say, Kermit the Frog is the king of those facial expressions. But this movie shows off what you could do with Muppets, or AK puppets. Because each puppet kind of is different. And it's great.
Yet together.
Yes, they make the Muppet movie. As you said, you got the full body ones. They even got shots of, their legs and stuff, because it's a lot easier just to not show the legs and stuff, because then you got to design a whole different Muppet or whatever. Or when you're carrying one that can still move, there's an art to this. There's an art to doing puppets and Muppets.
When they're in the church with the candy picture of that, and then they're painting us out, you see the paneling and the roof and everything's moving.
Yes,
the church itself was alive, and the panels are moving. So you can see the light coming in, and it's moving along to it. I mean, I thought that was fascinating as hell, watching the boards and everything just move to them singing and dancing. It's holy crap.
You usually don't see that kind of stuff.
That was pretty interesting.
They put a lot of love and heart into this, and it still shows to this day how beautiful of a film this really is.
And that Rainbow Connection song just really does have such a good meaning, and just, and he's all that stuff. It just makes you feel good. It makes you, to those, to follow your dreams and the never give up, keep going, etc., blah, 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 and all that stuff there. It really is a good messaging, I think. And just everything about it with just that good messaging. Then again, I just feel you don't really get that in anything anymore, because, we know why they don't, but anything else?
Well, you already beat me to talking about your dreams. because this one really motivates you, even if you're not wanting to go to Hollywood or be famous or anything. It motivates you to follow your dreams, to never give up, because as soon as you give up, basically your dreams are dead. And if you keep trying, there's always still a chance.
Yeah. And it's never too late, you know?
Exactly. And I know it's a movie, so them busting in at the end and spoilers, basically getting the famous contract or whatever.
Love
just
that.
to end the movie, but it's
with Cloris there, and then of course Orson Welles there at the end. Give him that.
It's still such a beautiful film, really well done, great quality, great puppetry, great characters, even the side characters, the famous people, the celebrities.
Yeah, that's what I always enjoyed with these. Like, you enjoy who you're going to see next. I'm like, there we go.
Each one is like its own character. It's not like a flat character. Let's just throw so-and-so to say a line or something. The actors actually became the characters, so it made it entertaining.
And they look like they were, you know, like, you're happy to be there and just enjoying it and give performance. Like, especially with Steve Martin when he's constantly like, are you Miss Piggy? It's like, well, who else would be Miss Piggy? Are you Kermit the Frog? And he's like, oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. It's like, oh, did you want to smell the cap? And just like, oh, you want to try it? Oh. It's like, that's all for now. Oh, bless you. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, love all that stuff. And you can see, like, Mel Brooks was having a good time as that mad scientist and just everyone there. And I like the little helper guy that goes on with the guy with the frog legs. And he's all like, you can tell, like, he's going to be always like, no, I don't want you to hurt them. And you like that kind of stuff. I always enjoy that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you just definitely don't get this kind of film nowadays.
It's a nice little adventure, good music, good heart, good messaging, and all the Muppets. Love all the Muppets. Love all the characters. They're all absolutely amazing. I know I've mentioned everyone. Scooter, you know, can't forget Scooter because he's in there. He's important, man. He's the man with the van. So, and it's like, Bear does natural habitat. A Studebaker. It's like, stop it. It's stuff like that where it's like, stop it. Because I'm laughing too much.
Those jokes are really good.
And I do. I feel like, again, it's one of those things where I'm just laughing too much. It got me to snort a couple of times. I'm like, oh, man. You know, it's like, there you go. I should be the only guy in here laughing and snorting out loud. Jeez.
Yeah, their jokes are really good. They're subtle. They're funny. They still speak to you to this day. And I think it's a great film to take your family to. If it's still playing by the time you see it, it's probably not. But it's still something you can show your whole family and they'll enjoy. They'll laugh. They'll have a good time. Good messages throughout the whole film. It really gets you in the heart.
It does. It's a damn good movie. And I hope they release Muppets Take Manhattan and do any other ones there. I'll even be happy seeing the other one that's 25 years old. Even though, you know, it's been 25 years since I saw it in theaters. Probably seen it. Because, yes. But, hey, you know, Muppets movie, perfect, great film. And just love it. Again, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And, yeah, keep chasing those dreams and that rainbow connection, everybody. Love you all. Peace.
See ya.